Hi guys! So guess what? My very first Erin Condren order has arrived and I'm really excited to show it to you. It might be hard to believe, seeing what a ridiculous planner addict I am, that I've never had an Erin Condren before, but as many of you probably know, I don't really like spiral planners, and so the Erin Condren never really spoke to me. But when she came out with the hardbound planner this year, I was just totally captivated, and I tried to resist for a little while, but obviously that didn't last long. So here it is. Let's have a look at it. So this is the small version. It comes in two sizes. The small is a horizontal layout and the big one is a vertical layout. I did actually end up crumbling about a week after I ordered this, and I ordered the large one as well, and I'll show you that when that arrives. So it comes in a few different colors too, and each color has a different layout on the inside. So this is the linen cover. It's a gray. It's actually more gray than it's coming up on camera. Like if you think of it compared to the Hobonichi Weeks linen cover, it's much more gray than that. And that determines the inside. So the inside of this is the Mid-Century Circles colorful layout, which is my favorite one. There's also a turquoise one, a pink one, and a black one, and they each have a different design on the inside. So have a look if you're not sure which one you'd like, because the color of the outside will determine the inside, and that's why I picked this. So in terms of size, this seems to me to be kind of between a B6 and an A5, which is a kind of funny size. I'm not really sure what exactly it is in terms of international paper sizing. It's, I think, 5 by 8 inches, if that helps. So this is it in comparison with an A6 Hobonichi. You can see that it's quite a lot bigger. This is a B6 planner, so you can see that it's a little bit wider, slightly wider, and taller than that as well. This is a mini happy planner with a snap-in cover, and you can see it's a bit taller than that too. So the mini happy planner is kind of similar to B6 in terms of paper size, and it's similar to a personal planner, so you can see how it is in comparison with that. This is a personal size traveler's notebook, and this is it in comparison with an A5 planner. So it's almost like an A5 Slim, I guess. So it's quite a nice size. It's like, it's kind of A5 but a little bit narrower. And let me just take this off. This has got a little note from Erin Condren. So this is what it looks like. It's got this asterisk at the top, the Erin Condren signature asterisk. I can't believe that I actually finally have one of my own. It's silver foiled. So again, I think that the color of the asterisk will be determined by which color of cover you get. And like I said, the linen isn't my favorite. If I had to choose one, I would have gone for the turquoise, and then my next favorite was the black, but I really like the inside of this one, so that was why I went for linen. And this is what it looks like on the side. It has this silver foil 2017-2018, which I think is really nice. And then that's the back. It says Erin Condren in silver foil. So the cover is this very, very smooth feeling material. Compared to, say, a hardback Leuchtturm or Moleskine, it's much smoother. I'm not really sure how else to describe it. It just feels like very, like kind of satiny. So it's a little bit, I guess, like a faux leather feel, but not at all like the leatherette that you get on either a Leuchtturm or Moleskine or a faux leather planner. If you can feel that at all, it just feels very satiny and smooth. So far I've had this for about a week, and the cover does pick up like dust and dirt a bit more than I would say my Leuchtturm notebook, which is really, you know, quite resistant, but it does sweep off easily as well. So it has these rounded corners on the paper as well as on the cover itself, and it just has a really nice feel. I guess it's a little bit feels almost like a little bit tacky, like not sticky, but kind of a bit like it, like somehow it, I don't know, your hand doesn't kind of bounce off of it, if that makes any sense. I don't know how to describe it. It's quite different than any other covers that I've had on a hardbound planner. So let's open it up, and this is what really drew me to this particular edition. I've always loved the mid-century circles designs and the colourful, I think because I love anything rainbow coloured, and so this is the one that I just instantly was drawn to. One of the others is the same but in the neutral, so it's black and white, which is also quite nice, but I really like the colourful. And then the other two designs are completely different. One is the, I think it's called Fleur Feliz. It's a flower design in black and white, and then the fourth one is maybe the petal design, which is their new design for this year. I think it's something different anyway. So this was definitely the one that I liked the best, and you can see there's some silver foil there, so really beautiful. And then it's got this typical Erin Condren On the Go Life Planner, horizontal layout, this is my life. So like I mentioned, the big planner is vertical and the small one is horizontal. So in a way, I think I quite like how they've made some of the decisions for you. If you go for the small one, it has to be horizontal. If you go for the big one, it has to be vertical. That at least rules out some of the torturous decision making, because you do have these 4 different layout styles. And the layouts are the same in the small and the big version. So if you like this colourful mid-century circles design, the linen is the one to go for, whether it's small or big. So that helps a little bit. Then you have space to write your name. And then as you go on, you have this double page spread. So the hardbound planner doesn't have the vellum that the coilbound planner has. It just goes straight into this. So it's silver foil. And I'm not sure if some of the other versions have gold foil instead. I think the black one, for example, might have gold foil instead. And as you can see here on the side, this is also silver foil, and I'm pretty sure that at least the black one is gold foil instead, and possibly some of the other ones. I think maybe the pink one is rose gold, but I'm not sure. So while I'm on this subject, by the way, you can see the only flaw here is that there's this line going down the side. You can see it there, and which is, it's like the foil has been scraped off. So I imagine that it's somehow the way that this was lying in the crate, or that like when it was opened, that a knife like kind of scratched it or something. It doesn't bother me, it's not a big thing at all, but I just thought I'd mention that because that's the sort of the one thing. Everything else, it's been totally fine, because I've seen some videos where there have been issues with these, but this is fine except for that. So do all that you can and all that you thought you could not, and then a little progress each day adds up to big results with the colourful design, which I really love. And then you get the year at a glance calendars for 2017 and 2018. So this is an 18-month planner that starts in July 2017 and it goes until December 2018, and that's exactly what you get here. So you see the first month is July 2017 and then it goes until December 2018. So this is one of the things I like about this planner, is how satisfyingly chunky it is, and it's an 18-month planner, which, you know, for planner addicts, I'm wishing myself luck with that I will see this planner through for the whole 18 months, but that is certainly my goal. And you get the colourful spread at the top. It's a Sunday start, by the way. I think most people are familiar with the Erin Condren layout, but I wasn't really sure what this would be like, so it's a Sunday start there. As you know, I like Monday starts better, but for North American planners, this Sunday start is standard on a monthly view. So then the next spread is this yearly, or well, it gives you 12 boxes, so I think it's designed for a year, but you can use them however you want. Open spread that you can use for, like, I think usually they're used for goals or for like tracking different things. And because this is an 18-month planner, it has always seemed funny to me when I've seen the 18-month planner videos of the coilbound planner on YouTube, why you only get 12 boxes instead of 18 for this. It seems like it should give you 18 just in case you want to use this per month, but because of that, I think I would use this in a different way. So I am planning to use this for my expenses tracker. And so I thought I would just make this into like 12 different motivational quotes in terms of finances and money, you know, like rejoice in abundance and like spend wisely and that kind of thing, and just write them in here so that I can see them throughout the 18 months. And it's got the same mid-century circles design, which is amazing. The only thing about this that is slightly different than what I was expecting is that I thought that the colors would be a little bit brighter. They're kind of muted. So they're rainbow colored, but they're a little bit subdued, which I wasn't expecting. So I don't know if people who are familiar with the coil-bound Erin Condren that have had the mid-century circles design in the colorful, maybe this is the same and that's kind of muted as well, but I was expecting the colors to be a little bit more vivid. But it's fine, it's still colorful, I really like it. It's just, I think on camera even, it's coming up as a little bit brighter than it is in real life, so I just thought I'd mention that. But still a really beautiful, colorful design. And the paper quality, I'll show you in a minute, I did a pen test, but it feels quite thick. You can see, like, definitely much thicker than a Leuchtturm, say. In terms of comparison with the Happy Planner, I'd say it doesn't feel as thick as the Happy Planner, but it feels like a similar kind of paper in that it's not at all sleek or shiny, say compared to Lime Life. If you're familiar with Lime Life paper, it's not like that at all. That's much shinier and sleeker. This really feels very, very matte and quite white. It's not like bright white, but I would say in that respect it's also similar to the Happy Planner. If you think of that paper but slightly less thick, if it is not as thick, it's not by much. It's kind of comparable, I'd say. And I'll show you the pen test when we get to the end of the book. So then you jump straight into the first monthly view. So it's a month on 2 pages, Sunday start, and you've got Sunday through Wednesday on the left side and then Thursday through Saturday on the right side, and then you have a little column for notes with the Erin Condren asterisk, and July 2017, and then you've got red here, so this whole theme is red, and the whole of July is going to be red, which I will show you more in a minute. So in terms of print quality, I saw last year there were a lot of issues with the print quality on the monthly spread being pixelated. This is absolutely fine. It looks crisp, no problems with that at all. It labels US holidays, so that's Independence Day, and then you also get the moon cycles, which I don't think I've ever had in another planner to this extent. The Hobonichi labels moon cycles, but they're not as easy to see as this. I guess this one just, I really like how it just has them very clear, very bold. You get the moon cycles, which is kind of cool. And it grays out the days that aren't part of the month. So you can see you've got June there and then you have August there. Because this is small, I guess, the notes column is quite narrow, so I have small writing, but I don't think I'd be able to fit more than 1 word or maybe 2 small words on this column, just to give you an idea of what it's like. So you could use it for almost, I feel like it would be like keywords, or I'm not really sure, like maybe a shopping list, that sort of thing. But I can't really think of an obvious like kind of good use for this because it's quite narrow. But I will keep thinking. And then the boxes are also quite small, so just to compare them to an A6 Hobonichi monthly view. They're about the same size as the A6 Hobonichi, maybe slightly bigger, yeah, a little bit bigger than the A6 Hobonichi, if that helps, which is funny because this is actually closer to an A5 size, but they are quite a bit smaller than the A5 Hobonichi boxes. And let me just get that out for comparison. I assume that that's because there you can see this is an A5 Hobonichi box and it's much bigger. So I guess that's because this is narrower, so you can see this in comparison to the A5 Hobonichi. The Hobonichi is quite a lot wider. So again, I think this would probably be better from something more like either very, very abbreviated notes of your overall schedule, or what I'm going to use it for is tracking my bank balance. It seems perfect for that because it's just the right size to put the numbers in. And then you go straight into the weekly spreads, and you see you get this 1 ribbon bookmark, which in this case is silvery to match the linen color of the cover. So what I really, really like about this is the main thing that drew me to this, is obviously the signature Erin Condren design where you have the colourful weeks. So you get the mid-century circles design at the top in one colour. Well, it's bold here, and then that one is like kind of faded out so that there's just a very, very slight colour on it. And I think this is a beautiful design. I really like it, and I love the fact that it's colourful. So you get the same colour in a month. So you can see that June would have been purple. It starts at the end of June, so Monday the 26th, so less than a month before I can start using it. I'm really excited about that. And then July is red, just like the monthly spread. And so you get red for July, and the first day of the month is marked with the little flag. So for the weeks you get a Monday start. So you get Monday through Thursday here, and then Friday through Sunday here, and then a column for notes. And I obviously love the fact that there's no shared weekend. That is totally awesome. And I really like having the notes column here, because what I use this for my expenses tracker, it's the same layout as the mini happy planner, which I have been using. And so this is just the perfect size for writing in your daily expenses here and then putting in the total here, and you can divide it into categories. So I really, really like that, and it's lined, which I think is perfect for something like that. If I wanted to use this as a really decorated planner, then I think the lines would bug me, but because I want to use it for expenses, I love having the lines. And I think that a lot of people use these smaller horizontal size planners for something like a journal or a gratitude log or expenses, and so having the lines is really helpful. Even if you did want to like completely sticker it up, you can still ignore the lines, but I feel like it's better suited for something where you actually want to use the lines for writing on. So this is one of the main reasons why I was attracted to this planner, is because I really like having something that's colourful and lively, and that every page gives you something to look at. So in comparison to this paper blanks planner, which I was using at one point as an expenses tracker, and it's ideally suited for that as well, because you can see it's about the same size and you get about the same number of lines, but every page is the same and it doesn't have the colours. So that was what really drew me to this, is just having this colourful spread in a bound planner, because bound planners are my absolute favourite, so I just obviously could not resist. And in terms of the book laying open, you can see how well it's laying flat right at the beginning. So I think this is really impressive, because this is right at the beginning of the book, where they, you know, are less likely to stay flat than if you opened it to the middle. And I haven't done anything to this, so I haven't like kind of, you know, pressed it down or trained it at all. You can see actually in the middle it's not laying as flat, but it's a stitch binding, and you can see that's not ideal, but right here it stays open perfectly. And I think that probably, you know, kind of after a bit of training, that the rest of it would stay flat as well, but it's pretty good. It doesn't close up, which is what you get with a lot of smaller bound planners, so I'm quite happy with that. And then as you can see, this is all red for July, so I really, really like the fact that you get colour in every spread. Compared to the mini happy planner, or the happy planner in general, it doesn't have as much going on in terms of design. So the mini happy planner, let me just compare my current one, it has a different design every month. So this one has these little stars, and then it has you know, like a different color for the line here and for the printing, and then it has this little colored box here. So that's kind of different than this, which just has the same design at the top all the way through, and then the same colored layout. But I really like this. I think it's so beautiful, and it just adds this nice touch of color. And then you do get quotes sometimes. So at the bottom here, instead of saying notes, it has this quote: "The best way to get things done is to begin." And it alternates. So here you get notes again, and then here you get notes. So I think that it's one spread per month that you get the quote, and then you go into the next monthly spread. So as you can see here, there are no tabs on this. It's just completely sleek, which is totally fine with me. And the months are interspersed with the weeks. So as you may know, I prefer the way Hobonichi does it, where they put all of the months at the beginning and then go on to the weekly, well, daily spreads in this case. Because I think, especially if you don't have tabs, it makes it a lot easier to find, and I just like to be able to go straight to all of my months and know that they're at the beginning of the book. as opposed to having to like kind of, you know, sort through the, like scan through the weekly pages until I find them. But this is fine. It's not at all a deal breaker. I don't mind it having it this way. And you can, you know, easily put a tab on yourself. It's just something to keep in mind, that you've got the monthlies mixed in with the weeklies, and there's no easy way of going straight to them. But it's not at all a big issue. So then we have August. So August is this kind of orangey peachy color. And then you see the switch over from July to August. So I really, really like these colors. So here again we have wisdom begins with wonder as the quote for August. And then September. This is September. And it gives you holidays on the monthly spread. So you can see here, obviously US holidays, Labor Day, Patriot Day. Then it also has Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur, which is very convenient for me. And then autumn begins, and there's this little leaf symbol, which is really nice. And then it also gives you the holidays on the weekly spread. So I think the same ones that it gives you on the monthly spread. So that's Grandparents' Day, which was on the monthly spread. And then autumn begins and Rosh Hashanah ends. So Rosh Hashanah begins. So you get them twice, which I think is nice, because in some planners, they put the holidays on the monthly spread, but then they don't put them on the weekly spread. So I think it's quite nice if you have them in one, then you have them in the other. And obviously if you don't, you know, if those holidays don't apply to you, you can just ignore them. So then we have October, which is blue. So this is not quite what I would consider very medical, in that it isn't going in the order, the rainbow order, but it does have red, and then like kind of pinkish orangish, and then orange, and then blue. So it's sort of going in the direction of the rainbow, but it doesn't have all of the colors. It doesn't have yellow, and I think it doesn't have green. But still, it's like so colorful that it makes me happy. It's like nearly rainbetical. And if we just go, oh no, it does have green, November, so it's slightly out of rainbow order. It's a very, very deep, almost turquoisey, but definitely greeny green. Really nice. And it has the end of daylight savings time, which I think is different in the UK than it is in the US, so I have to be careful not to pay attention to that. Purple for December. I love this one. These are like my two favorite colors, so having them together is just, makes me very happy. January 2018 is red again. Looks to me the same as the July one. And I think these are the colors, and they just keep cycling over it. Yeah, so those are the colors. So you can see it's now cycling every 6 months. Looks like it's got 6 colors, and they keep repeating themselves. So then you go back to July 2018, which is the same as July 2017. And then the rest of this 2018 looks the same in terms of colors as 2017. And then it goes all the way until January 2019. My goodness, it's hard to imagine that, but it's, I'm sure, going to be here before I know it. And then when that ends, you get some note pages. So first you get some line pages with the asterisk at the top. And it changes color every spread, which is nice. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 line pages. And then it goes to dot grid, which I love, so that's really nice. And you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of those, and then you get a few blank pages, I think 6 as well. And you can see again it's scrolling through with the colors of the asterisk. So I think that's really nice, because it's a, you know, it's a substantial amount of notes pages that you get. It's this much, and it's nice that you get the variety of different styles. And then we come to the pen test. So in the end, this is another feature that I really like. You get this yearly calendar for 2019 at the end of the book, and some pages for notes, and also you get these 3 lines here at the bottom of each month for notes. And I think that this is fantastic, because this is a complaint of mine in most planners, including my beloved Hobonichi, that it doesn't have anything for forward planning for the year after where you can put the dates in for events. So obviously you can take a blank page and turn that into your forward planning for the next year, but I think it's really nice how this is built in. And then you get these spaces right here where you can put events in, and then you also get this space at the bottom for notes, and it says in the coming year. Okay, so the pen test. So I put it on here so that you'd be able to see it showing up on the back of the page. So I did all of my fountain pens, which are mostly extra fine or fine. So I've got the Pilot Decimo extra fine, the Pilot Metropolitan fine, the Kaweco Sport extra fine, and the Parker 51 medium. And are you ready? Ta-da! So it could be worse, not great. So if you keep in mind that these are all fine or extra fine, they all ghost quite a bit, and the Parker 51 and the Kaweco extra fine, which are the thickest nibs, for the Parker 51 there's quite a lot of bleed through, and for the Kaweco maybe not actual bleed through, but such heavy ghosting that you can really see it on the other side. So I would say this is not supremely fountain pen friendly, but then, like, compared to Moleskine, say, which has a lot of ghosting, it's probably not any worse than that. And I'm going to use this with a fountain pen anyway. Like I said, this is going to be my expenses tracker, so I don't really care about it looking that immaculate or, you know, having no ghosting, but definitely compared to the Happy Planner, which I've been using with a Kaweco extra fine, there's like absolutely no ghosting. You can't see anything through from the other side. Let me just show you for comparison. Not that I mean to bash the Erin Condren at all, it's just, let's see, okay, so you can see there, I've written that there, oh wait, maybe there's, okay, you can see all this stuff written there, and then you can't see any of it on the other side, like there's just no trace of it. So that's quite a big difference in terms of fountain pen friendliness, so that's something to keep in mind as well. But like I said, it doesn't really bother me. I'm just going to be writing my expenses on here, and I don't mind if it goes from the other side, but I will, you know, have in mind that there's going to be a lot of ghosting. So then you get this spread. It says your best accomplishments that it isn't that you finished, it's that you had the courage to start, and it's got this social media information, and then it has the mid-century circles design again with the silver foil. So that's just really, really beautiful. I absolutely love that. And then you get the back cover. So all in all, I really like this planner. I love how chunky it is, and it has this very satisfying feel in your hand. I like the size. I think it's very portable, but it's quite big, so it gives you a lot of room to write, especially if you want it for something smaller. If this is either your on-the-go planner, I think it would be really good for that, or like I said, a gratitude journal, expense tracker, meal planner, anything like that. I think it's great for that. And I like how it has everything that you need, but it doesn't have anything else really. So compared to, say, the Moleskine, which, as you know, I've mentioned this many times, how it frustrates me that the Moleskine has all of these pages at the beginning giving you lots of information that I certainly never use. I know some people do, but I like how it just has this minimalist approach where it just goes straight into the monthly and the weekly spreads, and then at the end how it has the notes pages, which I think are great, and it has this calendar which is really convenient for the year ahead, and that's it. The end pages are beautiful. I really like the colors. Like I said, my only sort of slight, I guess, not even issue, but I thought that they would be brighter, so I don't know if that's just the way the paper is somehow, that they look a bit muted, or like I think these colors I was expecting to be sort of more vivid, like these colors, which obviously it makes sense that these have to be a little bit paler so that these can be bright by comparison, but I think somehow I was just expecting to be a little bit bolder, but it's absolutely fine. I love it how it is. In terms of the paper quality, I don't know if this is the same paper as what's used for the coilbound planners, because I know this year they upgraded the paper for the coilbound planners, and it's 118 GSM, and you know, it's supposed to be really fantastic. So I couldn't find on the website, it's possible that it is there and then I missed it, whether this uses the same paper or not. So I would be curious to see if anyone has this and the coilbound planner and you know whether it's the same. I'd be curious to know that, because I haven't been able to work that out. But it's definitely very, very nice feeling paper. And the whole thing is just really beautiful and nicely done, very crisp, clear printing. I really like this spread. And I like the fact that it has a bookmark. And I think for this you only need one bookmark. I guess you could have one for the weekly and one for the monthly, but if you know where you are in the weeklies, then it's not that hard to flip back and find the monthly. So I'm really looking forward to starting this at the end of the month, and I will give you an update once I've been using it for a while. But overall, I'm really happy with this. I think it's great to have a hardbound planner that's colorful and has designs, because I don't know of anything else like this that has this much color, and I think that's really cool. That's hardbound. So I hope you enjoyed this. Thank you so much for watching as always, and I'll be back again soon with another video. I have lots of reviews and first impressions videos to do. So after my sad video about how I found a planner piece and couldn't buy any more planners, I just decided to keep buying more planners anyway. So that's what I've done. So thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Bye!